Hello again, and welcome back to another daily technical analysis video. Today again we are doing BNB. So as we've covered previously in the day prior to today, which is yesterday, we have found a potential Fibonacci channel on the daily time frame, which would mean that the price action has a possibility of finding support at this daily S1. This region right here is a great place to see a potential bounce because of all the confluences it has. I believe there's a daily support maybe, based on this previous wick at least you could say. This previous wick, you get the DS1, you got the 0.25 Fibonacci of the channel as well. And if you pull out your volume, you'll see that this is a high volume node, which would indicate support. Even at this area right here, because of the low volume, it is likely that, well, it should have come down to the next level where it has more volume and therefore a greater demand for support. Now as we see the momentum is still towards the downside, though it seems like it may be rejecting the 20 level, but we cannot conclude that too soon because the day is not over, and therefore this cross of the percent K blue may not actually occur. It could happen like this, or it could just close back down and continue downwards. But even if that occurs, then we'll have more this target for the next level. Okay, now moving on to the 4-hour time frame. Taking off of this, okay, we notice that at least within this range right here, there's no defined trend. Although there was a double top here and it's made a lower high, we do not have a lower low for a confirmed downtrend. But what we can say, because this is the previous support as a 4-hour level, we can say it potentially is forming a range within this region. Even then, we can put this as the top of the range because there has been bounces right here, and previously as well. That should actually be identified. So I'm going to pull out my horizontal lines and put one right here. Or more like this. That one there, and move it up to encounter those ones. So I guess around this region here. The reason I didn't put this one or plot it on before is because this 4-hour is pretty close. But you understand that there's the HP here, the daily pivot, that could also present as resistance level. But anyways, we're holding pretty well on this HS1, which we would like to see. If we do break and close below this bottom green line, even like this, we gotta be careful whether it will be a swing fail pattern or not. But you want to be watching for those shorts to the next level and eventually to the 0.25 fib level. So regardless of this, our momentum is all right. It seems a bit more bullish. It may be rejecting the bearish controlled territory, which is very good. A good sign between, well, I guess 30 and 20, the bearish control territory. We also got the RSI pointing upwards, though it's below the 50, which is not the strongest, but it does mean that it has greater potential to move when going upwards. So what we want to see here is a potential double bottom form as well, because the price action here from the last 4 hours has entered into the previous wick here. As long as we do not close below this bottom wick here, we may be able to initiate a double bottom here. Even the closure of this being green, which we do not know because we're not close yet. It's only been 1 hour of the 4 hours. If it ends up closing green, it may have a potential of being a double bottom here with confluence from the stochastics and the support level, and therefore a push up consequent to the top of the channel. Okay, so again, this is as we stated yesterday, this is a very key level of support, as it's been supported many times in the past. Now when you bring out the EMAs, however, you got to be careful that it is still bearish. So even if we do see a rise up here, this 100 purple EMA is also in line with this top resistance. But if it does rise up to there, it could be an indication of a daily retracement. So on the daily, it's a clear downtrend. Well, it's a clear downtrend from here, although it's slowing down a little bit because we do not have a lower low confirmed here. But if we do come up, that would actually be a double bottom on the daily too, which would be pretty nice. But even then, because we have a general bearish feeling, I guess, on the daily time frame, it is likely to be just a retracement if it was on the 4 hour. Now the levels that we want to be careful for is again this area right here to see whether it holds or breaks. If it holds, then we bring it to the upside to this next level right here, which is the top of that range. Now if we move on to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that again the EMAs are still bearish, and recently we saw this retracement right here, 1 2 3 4 5, this 5 retracement, which may seem like an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame, which was, or even a reversal, but you cannot consider it as a reversal because the 1 hour was clearly overextended and required a retracement. So therefore that one right here was a continuation down. Honestly, I would have played it here because of the confluence with the 100 EMA. I think there was a 4 hour level. No, not quite. Probably a FID level, which added confluence to that short. Oh yeah, close to the golden pocket, most likely the 55. Even upon this closure, which would be a clear rejection of the 100 EMA and the 55 EMA, could have played a short down even to, well, the S1 or near the bottom here. Yeah, the bottom of this body. And even then the stochastics was overbought during that time. But right now what we could be seeing, because of our previous resistance here, bounced off 3 times and rejected the price nicely 3 times. One up top here, another right here, and another right here, as you can see. 1, 2, and 3 peaks. Because we broke above it, we could be seeing a breakout and retest right here. So if we bounce above here, then the price action may be setting in and confirming that higher low and pushing up to the upside. So in reality, that would be setting up for a bullish buy. And if that does happen, again, we could be seeing a double bottom right here as the wick enters just close to here, to the bottom of here. Even then, with this closure already occurring, we could play along to this area right here, which would be the 100 EMA again, but also the neckline of the double bottom. And then maybe consolidate under here before pushing up again. So although the EMAs are a little more bearish, it seems like the bears are slowing down, perhaps, given that we may be setting another higher low. And the fact that the 4 hour is literally right on top of support. So right now we're watching for this key support level, and we're also seeing if it does break above, we can see higher levels being hit, especially the 55 and the 100 EMA. So essentially the 4 hours just in a range. Not much of a big move to be spotted, but that is about it for BNB. Thank you.